Well, look who it is. So today, I'm going to hit some thrift stores around Phoenix, and hopefully I can break my streak of finding mostly mids. Hopefully we can find some bangers. Now, it hasn't been great, I'm not gonna lie. I have found a few good items a day for the last week or so, but before I get too crazy into this, have you noticed there's something really janky going on eBay? And I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, but I don't know, maybe there is something going on, but the new eBay Live platform, they've been messing around with the different buttons and where they're placing things on the app and on the website. They changed the eBay Live button to where it's always on the upper left of the eBay app. Have you noticed this? I don't know how it is on iPhone because I'm not a billionaire, so I have a Samsung Galaxy. So have you noticed on your phone, on the upper left-hand corner where selling used to be, where the selling button used to be, now it's eBay Live, and you can't go in the menu and change it? I find that to be kind of distressing. So I have a couple of theories why my sales have been absolute trash the last 4 or 5 days. I mean, I did have sort of a regular day last week, but yesterday and the day before, I sent out like a third of the amount of items I normally do. And that's usually what happens if I'm lazy and I haven't listed anything for like a week or something, which that doesn't happen very often. But when I don't list consistently or I put up a bunch of bad stuff, I'll get slower sales the next few days. I expect that, but this is something completely different. eBay's tweaking around with their platform. They're messing with the placement of things. They're messing with the code in the background, and they're doing some weird stuff like they always do. As a seller that's not ever going to use eBay Live, I will never use eBay Live or whatnot. And I think about it, and they're really pushing this eBay Live thing. What does that mean for us? For people that don't want to pretend they're on QVC and waste 6 hours of their day to make, $40. I'm not doing that. But I mean, for certain, I can see how it makes sense if you sell Pokemon cards or collectibles or rare or vintage, like weird artifacts or like dinosaur bones or planet shards. I could see that working. But if you're selling run-of-the-mill, like janky used clothing, I don't know, man. I'm not doing it. But my point is, I feel like eBay Live and all the energy they're putting into it and the way they've changed the interface of the platform and the app on the website is taking a significant amount of traffic away from regular sellers. This could be wrong, but I don't think it is. And at the same time this is happening, eBay has rolled out a new promoted listings situation, which has completely changed the way promoted listings works. I'm not an expert, so I can't really speak on this because I refuse to use promoted listings. I know that it works, and most of the people on YouTube are going to tell you that they use promoted listings, etc. I've never done it. I mean, I tested it out a couple of years ago, and I just don't like the idea of having to pay on a platform that you're already paying. I know that other people are, and it's just a race to the bottom to see who can pay the most. So if you're selling really good items, you shouldn't have to do that. If you're selling mids, you're just going to have to wait longer. That's how I look at it. There is a place for promoted listings, and maybe someday I'll try it. In fact, I have a meeting with the eBay rep next week sometime. Have you guys had this invitation yet? It's called the Pro Seller Forum or something like that. So where you get your own rep and you got to talk to them and they try to improve your sales and tell you sales strategies and stuff. I already did this like in 2023. And at the end of the day, all it was a long-winded ploy to try to get me to use promoted listings. I'm assuming it's the same thing this time, but I did get a few valuable insights last time, so I'm still going to do it. It's only a few meetings with the eBay rep, and it's either going to be useful or a waste of time. If it's a waste of time, at least I can clown them on my videos, and it'll be fun. All right, so now that I've talked for 97,000 hours, let's go see if I can find anything out there. All right, it's gonna have to work. All right, let's see what we got. Oops. $44 spent. Got this military t-shirt. USS Omaha. We got a Welland Seawool shirt. Kind of a semi-banger. Got a vintage 90s home improvement TV show shirt. I saw some sold for like 25 bucks. They had these old Emmanuel's Xenia red tags were half off. Got this for $3.25. Looks like they're in good shape. Regular old chino pants. Didn't see any flaws on them. Good old Emmanuel Xenia. Every now and then. Got some cool hiking pants. Let's see if these have the... Yeah, these are slacks. SLX. Got to be real careful with these cools. A lot of times they'll be pretty screwed up. And then I was surprised to find these for $9.50, which I kind of paid up for. Some salvage Levi's 511s. Some pretty nice fading and stuff on them. Should be pretty good. Let's see, where were these? Are these are from 2016. 100% cotton. Made in Turkey. They got that nice red line selvage. I didn't look up comps, although I maybe should have. I know selvage is still pretty good, but you know, it's not as rare as it once was. And the final item I got was these Prana jeans. Good size. And that's it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 items for like 42 bucks. Not too bad. Let's see how they do at this place. Trying to do some more kinds of different filming. Let's see how this goes. It's got the sawtooth pockets. Probably try this one. And here's a similar shirt, but I'm not getting this one, and here's why. Okay, so I couldn't talk about it in the store because there's people all around me. There's actually someone in their car watching me right now. This is kind of weird, but so the reason I got this and not the other one that looked almost just like it, there's two reasons. One, it's got metallic yarn, so that's always good. Two, sawtooth pockets. And actually 3, long sleeve. Short sleeve Wranglers aren't as good. Alright, so one item. Some chino shorts by Marine Layer, 2 items. American Giant slub cotton t-shirt. It's actually a women's, I think, so I probably shouldn't have got it. I just found out because it has the semen back. 3 items. There's a really obscure college band from the South. I'm not going to show the name because it doesn't matter. 4 items. And this is a dubstep band. 5 items. And $16 was spent. Blah. So as you can see, the sourcing hasn't been great for me lately. So 5 items for 16 bucks. Not much spent, but for both of those band shirts, I should be able to get about 18 to 20 bucks. Maybe up to 30 bucks for the red one. And then the Wrangler shirt, maybe 20 if I'm lucky. The Marine Layer shorts, off season. If they even sell in the next 90 days, I might be able to get 20 bucks. If not, they'll sell in the summer, which is a terrible strategy. Truthfully, I probably shouldn't have bought them, but I get frustrated sometimes when the sourcing's bad like this, so I do like grab stuff that I probably shouldn't grab. And it's not a bad item, it's just not going to sell fast, which is against everything in my soul. I always try to sell things fast. Anyway, so there is another 2 stores I'm going to here. I'm in downtown Phoenix today, by the way. I come down here sometimes to get away from my normal Goodwills and try to check things out. I'm going to start spreading out across the valley more, so those of you in the East Valley who've never seen me out in the wild, you might see me, and your stores might start looking a little more empty. Snooge. This is so much fun. Sitting in traffic is awesome. It's my favorite part of reselling. For sure, for sure. So the place we're going, I call it Janktown East. Which is not really east. Let's call it Janktown Central. That sounds way better. Except for there is a Janktown Central that's way jankier than this one. So let's call it Janktown Semi-Central. There we go. So, for all the old schoolers who have been watching my channel since the beginning, you guys know about Janktown. You know the origin story of Janktown. Well, this place here, this is Janktown for reals. So this Goodwill is on 16th Street in Indian School in Phoenix. And those of you who are from Phoenix and live in Phoenix and shop in Phoenix, this Goodwill is pretty janky. It's pretty janky. Now there are jankier Goodwills in Phoenix. I once saw a couple physically having a fist fight in the parking lot. And then the other time, this is a true story by the way. So I pull up, I go in, I'm thrifting. This is about 8 to 10 months ago, which might actually be 2 years ago. My sense of time is completely vanished after 30. But it was some time ago, back, after the dinosaurs, after the cavemen, but before these slouch string being. I went inside, I was shopping, and this dude approached me. He had no shirt on, and he goes, "Hey man," and he walks me over to this area in the back of the store, and he goes, "Hey, can you buy me this bedroll? I need a place to sleep." And of course I'm a human, so I'm like, yeah, I felt bad for the guy. Bought him a bedroll. And the sad thing is, it was like 30 bucks. He thought it was like $3, but it was 30 bucks. It was $29.99. I think he might have been on some drugs, which, no judgment. If I had no place to go and my life was in shambles, I might also be on drugs. Anyways, I got this guy the bedroll, and then he proceeds to follow me out of the store, follows me to my car, and then he asks me, "Hey, can you buy me a hot dog from Circle K?" Because there's a Circle K right next to the Goodwill on Indian School and 16th Street, because of course there's a Circle K right there. Actually, I'm coming up to it right now. And so this dude goes in the Circle K with me. I buy him a hot dog because, yes, of course I'm going to buy him a hot dog because, you know, I'm that kind of person. And then this dude shows up behind me at the register, literally has a 12-pack of beer in one hand and a 40-ounce in the other hand, puts them both on the countertop at the same time that I'm buying this dude's hot dog. And he goes, hey, will you grab me these couple things? And I was like, at this point, I was kind of done with this dude. So what happened is, I went ahead and bought him the beer, and he was all happy. He took off, and I never saw the dude again. But that definitely helped this place get the nickname Janktown Semi-Central. So Janktown Semi-Central is where I'm at right now, pulling up. Let's see if I can show you. Filming while I'm driving is probably pretty stupid. Alright, so I'm going to find a parking spot at Janktown Semi-Central. I'm just going to park way over here, why not? There's the canal right there. You know what the canal is, right? That's where they shoot the porns. Alright, let's see if I can find anything inside this place. My expectations are extremely low. Please let me find some stuff at Janktown Semi-Central. Let's go. 1 hour later. Alright, I only got like 4 items at that one. I'll show them to you when I get to the next store. I was going to do it in my hatchback here, but I was starting to get approached by somebody. Oh, that was an interesting situation that just happened. Alright, Janktown Semi-Central. What do we get? Some mollusk shorts. These are always good. They're like hybrid cottony board shorts. Oh, I spent like $13, so there's one item. Got some bird dogs. These are still okay. It takes way longer to sell now, but I still pick them up if they're in good condition. 2 more items. Got some vintage Ralph Lauren. Like an old campy shirt. It's like a knit. I think it might have some linen in it. $4 for that. And finally, one of these Faraday sun-washed tees. I only got it because it was probably about $3 after my discount. That's it. 4 items. The mollusks are okay, and that polo shirt is probably close to a banger, but not quite. Alright, so now we're going into this place. You see the sign. The Humane Society. Alright, so we'll see how I do here. But before we do that, I'll tell you a story. What just happened. I was trying to merge onto the 51 on the freeway, and it was kind of busy. And I was trying to get in, had my blinker on for like almost a mile. It was really busy, and so I was trying to merge and get on the freeway to come up here to the north side. And there was this dickhead who was trying to exit at the same exit that I was trying to merge from. And he knew I was trying to get over, and I had been for quite a while. And then he's coming from a different lane, and we're both, let's see if I can show you. Okay, so here's me, here's him. I'm trying to get on the freeway, he's trying to get off the freeway. But I was trying to get on for a long time. He was over in a different lane. He came into the lane I was trying to get into. And he refused to slow down and let me in. So I got in anyway, and he didn't like that very much. I pushed him into a different lane. He was honking and flipping me off. All right, let's see how I do here. I haven't found anything good here in a very long time. Let's see what happens this time. Alright, so the final 2 items I got at the Humane Society was a Brooks Brothers linen shirt. Typically, Brooks Brothers is a pass for me, but if it's a perfect condition white linen shirt, it's a good item. And then I found this Bald Eagle Nature Preserve vintage tee. And I usually pick up nature-y vintage tees if they're cheap. That one I overpaid for. It was $4. I usually don't pay more than $3. So let's go inside and see what everything is. What a trashy sourcing day. Well, who do we have here? Who do we have here? This is Gilly. Gilly's doing great. She went to the vet last month and took care of some stuff. She had her eyes were always runny and she was getting eye boogers a lot. And some of you in my comments were saying that sometimes that's a sign of something else and we should get it checked out. So that's exactly what we did. And she had some conjunctivitis in her eyes. And maybe it was from allergies or something, but she had some general discomfort going on. But now she's much better. She's her own sassy self. She's very spoiled, and she bites me when I pet her sometimes, and it's hilarious. Ow. Ow, you little rascal. Ow. You got to pet her the exact way she likes, otherwise she's going to attack you. Isn't that right, Gilly? So anyone that was wondering how the cats are doing, Gilly is doing just fine. She's spoiled, she plays a lot, and she gets whatever she wants around here. So let's check out the other cat. She should be back here. We need to trim her nails, both of their nails. There she is. So anybody that was wondering about Zelda, this is her. How you doing, buddy? Got some backlighting. It's not the greatest. Look at, oh, big yawn. She also went to the vet. Let's see if I can get a different angle. That's better. She also went to the vet. She had some diarrhea. And we got that cleared up with some probiotics. And then the vet gave my cats fleas, which is very uncool. Zelda actually got bit by something the other day. Her eye got really swollen. It's a little better now, but it's still a little swollen. See right there in the corner of her eye? It's a little swollen. How's your eye, buddy? Does it hurt? A little better? I'm sorry, buddy. I don't know what happened. She got a little bite, but it's getting better. Not too worried about that. And so, yeah, we came back from the vet, and they both were getting these fleas, like one or two, they weren't infested with fleas, like fully infested, but they were getting like one or two little fleas, mostly on their ears, but that seems to have tapered off now. But they never got fleas till they went to the vet. I can't prove it, so I don't want to go making accusations, because the vet's good. The vet's pretty good, but nice yawn, buddy. So yeah, kitties are doing good. Zelda's having really good poops now. So yeah, everybody's good here. I don't see anybody back here. Everything looks pretty chill. Gilly's ready to explore. Oh man, the squirrel didn't even eat the carrot pieces I put for him. Got any dudes? Yeah, there's one or two. Little dude in here in his little watering hole. They like this one too. They get on these big rocks. Like there's one right there getting a drink. Look at his little butt. Dunk, 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 dunk. They're so cute. That's the squirrel hole. That thing goes way, way down. I have no idea how far it goes, but this hole goes way down there. Okay, so are you guys gonna get in trouble while I go inside and get all my clothing that I just bought? Don't do anything. Don't do anything. Because that always works when you tell them that. Anybody with kids, how does that work for you when you say don't do anything? Does that always work? The kids don't do anything then? Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, so I actually have a tripod out here. That's not too bad. Alright. So let's recap this terrible sourcing trip. Mollusk shorts. Usually a pretty good pickup, way out of season, but still not too bad. I give this a 7 out of 10. It would have been a 8 or 9, but seasonality. Vintage Eagle Preserve t-shirt. I give this a solid 5 out of 10. It would be a 7 if it was really old, like 70s. Brooks Brothers linen shirt. No stains. Out of season. 7 out of 10. Bird Dogs pants. Previous 10 out of 10. 2025. Now we're going with a solid... God, I hate to say this. This is a 6.5. Polo Ralph Lauren vintage camp shirt. Clayton linen. 58% linen. Vintage 90s. You know, this would be a 9 out of 10, but it's got stains on it that I didn't see because that happens all the time now. Here's what happens. I get in a hurry. It's pretty bad stains too. I get in a hurry and I just want to get done with sourcing, and I don't screen the items as well as I should. So yeah, lately I've been coming across more flaws than I should. So I need to slow down a little bit, but I'm just trying to move on. Oh yeah, I forgot. Important part of these shirts, if you have a loop collar, the little loop over there, that's kind of a good selling point. Hey Gilly, come here, buddy. She doesn't want to be on camera yet. So I give that, because of the stains, I think that's like a 7 out of 10. If the stains come out, that's probably a solid 9. So this is a dubstep DJ kind of thing. Feed Me to the Stars is the... And this looks like probably like the mid-10s, the mid-2010s. And here's the thing. I give that a 4 out of 10. But here's the thing. If I find obscure bands or where they're kind of popular but I don't see comps on eBay or not many comps, I'll still pick it up because I'm always planning for the summer. And in the summertime, I do quite well because I'm in Arizona. I don't find Carhartt jackets. I don't find down puffer jackets. I don't find jackets. I barely find flannel shirts. I barely find jeans. What I do have access to is tons of shorts and t-shirts. So my summer months actually pay for my winter months, which tend to be slower for me than they are for people in Ohio or the Midwest or even, other places that have better thrift stores that are in the Southwest. My thrift stores around here are not great. So this we have the White Animals vintage t-shirt. The logo has been cut off. I think this is probably from early Y2K. It's an obscure college rock band. That might be worth $35. It might not sell quick though, but I don't care. The sourcing's terrible. Take what you can get. And then we have the American Giant. I believe this is women's because it has a seam down the back. Slub cotton V-neck. Seam down the back. It's definitely women's because this is an XL. And I wear an XL. As you can see, this is not an XL, so it's women for sure. Cats are being good so far. Marine layer, drawstring, pull-on chino shorts. Not special, probably shouldn't have picked them up, but they were cheap. Probably about $5. I give these 4 out of 10 for seasonality. This is in really good condition. American Cowboys, choose Wrangler. Now the good things about it, the sawtooth pockets. When the pockets go like this, it's a sawtooth pocket. It's kind of a selling point, although not as much now as it used to be. And it has the metallic threads, which really help it sell. It's a good plaid pattern. All the pearls are in good condition. So this is maybe 25, maybe. Doubtful, but I might have to take 18 to 20. And it's got the cool logo on the pocket. If this was short sleeve and it didn't have the metallic threads, this would be a no-no. Right now I'm giving this a 7.5. This is a vintage home improvement TV show t-shirt. No stains, but it's branded, actual. Probably from late 90s. Probably get $25 for that. I'll give it a 7 out of 10 for that. This is a good item here. Seawool by Welland. These used to sell really quick, and because it's winter / fall, and this doesn't have any flaws, and it's got the Henley collar, this should do good. It's a Huckberry brand. Welland is a Huckberry brand. If you ever see this, it's probably a good brand. It's probably a good item if you see Welland. This actually, because it has no stains, and because it's a Huckberry brand, and because of the season and what it is, this is probably a 9 out of 10. Now here comes Gilly to get on my pile. She even does this outside. Watch, 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 watch. She's going for it. Even outside, she still misbehaves. Gilly, you know what? I love you no matter what. Then this one over here, she's just waiting to see what kind of trouble she can get into. Don't worry, I'm keeping my eye on these cats. If you're worried that the cats are up to no good and I'm not paying attention, you would be incorrect. Because I am filming a video and I am sort of distracted, but I'm keeping an eye on these cats. There are some fairly large birds of prey around here, and these cats can occasionally get into trouble with lizards and stuff. Okay, Faherty, basic ass t-shirt. The sun washed. These did great in the summertime, and now, yeah, it's a 5. $20 if I'm really lucky, probably 15 if I want to move it before I turn 80. Military shirt, vintage, because 2015 is vintage. USS Omaha. I'm not really going to put vintage. I wouldn't do that, but it should do good. It's okay. It's a military shirt. It's a multicolored print, 2-sided, and it's in a good size. So those are my qualifications for military t-shirts. Either it's got to be really vintage, in which case it can be 1-color print, or it's got to have 2-color prints and be 2-sided, or just be 2-sided with 1-color print. It has to have one or all of those qualifications, or I'm not picking it up. Alright, down to getting the last few here. This is not a great haul whatsoever. Ermenegildo Xenia, basic chino pants. I didn't see any stains. I didn't see any damage. Doesn't mean there's not. These were $3.25. They are a good inseam. It looks like they're about a 32 inseam. So these are a solid 8 out of 10. I should be able to get 35 to 40 bucks for these. Then I got these cool slacks with an X. Slacks with an X. These, good 32-inch inseam or so. Cool tag. Cool shirts aren't very good unless you find specific ones. Most of them aren't. The pants are pretty good, but they gotta have at least some utility pockets like this one. And they can't have damage on them. So I give these a 9 out of 10. This time of year I should be able to sell this for 30 to 35 bucks within a couple of weeks. Some 511s selvage. Got some great fading. You gotta love that whiskering. Some wallet shadow. Not much stacking, but a little bit here on the edge of the leg. You can see here a little bit of stacking. And of course, the red line selvage. They call it red line because of the red line. And I would assume these are kind of like bangers. I'd give these a 9 out of 10. I mean, 511s are terrible, but they are selvage. And the last item here, some Prana jeans. Just about an exact 50% sell-through on these. These will sell faster than most because they are size 34 and they have no damage. No spots, no damage, no fading. Except for the desirable fading that they came with. And they're size 34. I don't know the model because I don't feel like looking it up, but I will when I list it, and these should sell fairly quick within a month or so. Should be able to get 25, 30 for those. That's the whole thing. Normally I find more than this, but like I said, the sourcing's been terrible. And my mood's been terrible. I've got to the point where I'm pretty burned out. I really need to take some time off, and so I actually might do that. I know that I've been taking time off from YouTube for probably a couple of months, and YouTube just sent me notification that my channel is 2 years old, which I can't believe. So if you've been around here for 2 years, thanks for sticking around. I'm branching out, finding more places to source. So I'm sure I'm going to find a lot better stuff. And also, we are in non-banger season, so there's always that. Banger season's coming up quick, though, after Christmas. Banger season lasts for a few months. I'm excited for that. Winter is never my favorite time because I don't find really that much good winter clothes where I'm at. So like I said earlier, if you're in the Midwest, if you're in the cold country and you're finding Carhartt jackets, down puffers, warm pants, warm wool sweaters. I don't find sweaters ever around here. So wintertime can be tough for me. So you're going to see me picking up a lot of t-shirts and stuff, preparing for summer. So we'll see how it goes. They were having a full-on play fest. As soon as I turned the camera on, it stopped. Zelda was running over to Gilly's hiding spot. This is her hiding spot right here. There's this tree that fell down and now it's growing kind of like that. And that's Gilly's spot. She loves it. Look at her. Look at Gilly. Zelda's about to attack her. Okay, so this is about to go down. Alright, it's about to go down. You guys, give me some good footage, please. There we go. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. I wish I could direct the cats. Okay, Zelda, what we need you to do now is go ahead and get low to the ground, stick your tail in the air, and attack Gilly. Gilly, what I need you to do is keep an eye on Zelda, and then when she comes, jump up in the air and swoop down on her like a hawk. But of course, they won't listen to me. And they're still waiting for their treats because they always get a treat when I come home from shopping. And they have not seen a treat yet. So they have no reason to listen to that human guy. Gilly, should we cut this video now? Are we done? You got the zoomies? Zelda? Should we cut the video, buddy? And we're going to cut out in 3, 2, 1. Goodbye. Oh, wait. Gilly's about to freak out. If she lifts her head up like that, she's about to lose her freaking mind. I'm telling you, something's about to go down. I told you. Oh my goodness. Gilly. Hey, Gilly. Stop knocking off. Quit picking on your sister. Trust me, that sounds way worse than it is. Oh, she growled at you, Gilly. You pissed her off. All right. Let's check on everybody. Zelda? Were you being dramatic or did she actually get you? I didn't think so. Gilly? Hey. Can't you play with her a little less aggressively? You guys have to understand the dynamic here. Zelda is Gilly's little sister. So usually when Gilly gets a crazy idea, Zelda's the one that receives the attention for it. You're all right, buddy. Is she picking on you? Trust me, she's not hurting her with claws and teeth. It just looks like that. I've seen this a million times and nobody ever gets hurt. But what is happening right now is Gilly is hangry. When Gilly gets hangry, she does that kind of stuff. So it's time for treats, and now we really are signing off this video. So see you next time.